From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
What are you doing?
Go ahead.
All right, last week, Amazon.com announced that they are selling more electronic books for e-readers than actual hardcover books.
Here to discuss the two, which is most popular, the Kindle, which is better, the Kindle or the iPad. Sorry about this.
What are you doing?
Shelly
You're very
Palmer,
distracted with that iPad.
Shelly Palmer, let me explain. Look, I have evaluated both products, and I know this. The flight simulator on the iPad is better than anything on the Kindle.
Yeah, that's absolutely... Oh,
it's
nice.
So wild. Whoa! You can do anything with this thing. The problem with the iPad and the iReader, quite frankly, is you're going to be distracted by the games. They got a great reading application, but you're going to be distracted by the games. I haven't read one book on this thing since I got it.
Well, I can understand that, actually. Here's the story. Kindle versus iPad. I get asked that pretty much every day. This is a Kindle. It weighs nothing. In its little case, because it weighs nothing, I have absolutely no problem throwing it in my briefcase when I have to go on a trip, or if I'm going to go outside to the beach, I can throw it in the bag. It's very inexpensive now. They're down to $189, and I was on eBay this morning, like for $100. So the cheapest one of these you can get that's all great.
That's the iPad.
Is somewhere between $500 and $600, and if you want the Wi-Fi, the 3G version, you're going to be looking at closer to $800. So, you know, I don't want to throw this anywhere. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want sand in it. If I'm at the beach and I'm looking at this, it's really hard in the bright sunlight
to read.
It's really
I have to tell you, I took my iPad to the beach and I couldn't read my book. It was too glary. I couldn't see the words. But I have to tell you, traveling with the iPad is unbelievable because you have the computer, you have the games, you have the books. I got the newspapers. It was wonderful.
Right. So
all in this one little thing.
So if you're looking for a dedicated e-reader and all you're going to do is read, this is always going to be a good choice. It's inexpensive, it's light, and it has e-ink, which is very easy on the eyes. Your eyes don't get tired. It's just like reading a regular book. On the other hand, just like Rosanna said, if you're thinking about doing everything and you really are going to do everything on it, a little light email, going to do a little web browsing, wow, you really got to go for the iPad.
And if you want an e-reader, let's say you're into reading as well and you like the iPad, which I did, and I like the fact that you can read books on it, you are going to be distracted by those other programs. No, seriously. I mean, I used to read my Kindle all the time, and now I barely ever read this.
I got to tell you something. There's a lot to do on the iPad. Other than read. But the Kindle app on the iPad is a very good experience, and at night in your bed, it's backlit, so you can go to sleep with it.
Let me show you this, though. Look at this. Let's say this is The Big Short by...
that person.
Yeah, what's his name again? Lewis, I think.
Yes, Michael Lewis.
If you don't know what a word means, you highlight
I love
it.
that.
No, but in the iPad, it doesn't give you the definition, whereas in the Kindle, it does.
Yes.
No, the iPad gives you the definition.
Well, look, mine gives me two things, note or highlight.
No.
It doesn't allow me to define the word.
I don't know.
The thing is, it's only
something's wrong with yours because mine... I'm telling you, I have it.
I think you're misremembering.
No,
well, here it is, right here. It's not defining.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I do the iTunes book.
Have you guys been doing this a long time together?
We argue constantly.
Do you like argue a little bit?
You had the iTunes thing, and what happened?
iTunes book download, and maybe it's different because when I highlight it, I get the dictionary on mine.
In the Kindle app, you can actually get both. You can get either one on the iPad.
I'm looking at. We got the Kindle app open right here,
and you can copy and paste.
I got to find out what corporate means. I don't know what that means. And now it's not even highlighting at all.
See, that's another problem with the iPad. But with a Kindle, if I were to have that book up, all you really need to do, I'm not going to be able to show this very easily because I don't have the camera going towards me here. But
just put the cursor right next to the word.
So all you got to do is drop the cursor on the word. You just drop this little cursor anywhere, and it's going to actually, you can see on the bottom, it starts to highlight what the word means. It just tells you the definition immediately. So this is a reader. It's a dedicated reader. It's about reading. The iPad is about email and browsing and gaming, as you so cleverly pointed out. It does a lot of stuff. The big difference: super light, super cheap, easy on the eyes, good for outdoors, goes in the briefcase with your laptop and you don't care, and you can throw it around and it's pretty good. I don't like throwing my iPad around. I like to hold it.
It's a piece of glass. You got to be careful.
Relatively expensive, a good investment. If you don't have a laptop, this might be a really good choice. If you do, you got to think Kindle.
Okay. All right.
All right. They thought it was the Kindle killer. Not true.
No.
iPad for a little while. They were talking about being the Kindle killer.
Oh no,
that talk is faded.
You know what? Because if you're going to have a dedicated device, there's nothing like, look, when your iPad battery is gone, you can't do anything else on it. This will last for, this is thousands of page turns before it goes away. There's a real reason to own this, and it's relatively inexpensive. And again, this one will hold, the bigger one, it's got to be iPad only. But if you're going to get the smaller one, which is a great reader, this is your toy.
And the great thing about it is people are reading, so that's good. Yeah. All right, for a link to Shelly's article on iPad versus Kindle, please go to our website, myfoxny.com, click on the Good Day tab. Always nice to have you here, Shelly Palmer.
Thanks very much, Shelly.